Why, hello there, giant penguins and robot dinosaurs alike. Shams Nelson here from Pen and Blade. And I am running out of things to say in my intro, so if you have any, please leave them in the comments below. Now, moving along, I had a good question from Mr. Dylan Murphy over here, and he asked, he said he struggles with all my drawings looking the same. How can I continue to push myself and develop a style while maintaining consistency? And I think there's actually a really fun way to do that, so I thought I'd chime in and give you my thoughts on that. So one of the ways, or the way I'm gonna suggest, I'm sure there's a million ways of doing this, but the way that I will suggest that I think is fun and has worked for me in the past is to start off with one like idea or study. So you can do this like looking at another person's piece of art that you like. That's what I did here, and I copied like this study by another artist, and then started to experiment, making the nose a little different, making this a little different, pushing this out, pushing that out. There's a lot under here that you can't see right here, because I just make new layers. So then and I discovered some cool things about the nose that way, and the face, and profile view. So I'll give you guys a little example in this video. Look at all these Pokemon I'm drawing, man. If you like Pokemon, come join the Cyber Nation and help me come up with. I'm making a whole Pokedex. I think I'm 20 in, man, over 1/10 of the way. All right, so here, let's just mess around and have fun. Let's choose a color we like. Maybe that looks fun. So I'll start off with a character, and I'll just draw a random character. If I'm not, this is another method. If you're not going to do it from a study from another artist, you can just start off drawing a character. This guy's kind of boring. How can I make him more interesting? Uh, I'll do a tall, skinny nose. Let's make the face a little skinnier. So see, what I'm gonna say is that you gotta experiment. It's all about experimenting. All right. So let's say I do something like that, and then I got the face, and I'm like, all right, cool. But this does look like a generic face that I've done a million times, right? So I got same face syndrome, and it's causing me anguish. What am I gonna do? All right. So I'm gonna make this guy more interesting. Well, we could choose like one part of the feature and like exaggerate it or change it. So let's say let's say I'll move this and I'll make him, you know, I'll cut that in half. And I'll even erase the top. Alright, he's got this scowling attitude now. Maybe I'll go with that, and let's move the lips down, make him frowning. Alright? And then the cool thing is you can choose like one. So let's say the lips are my thing, and there's this cool little shape that happens with the lips where it's like that. Okay, so you got this thing going on here, which I think is a cool little shape. So how does that work here? So it's going to come around like that. So we got a cool little, I'm going to exaggerate that. So that's something you might do. It's like, oh, he looks like a clown. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm learning something. I'm definitely, maybe this isn't the character I wanted to draw, but I'm learning something. Okay. And then, if I want to, I can fill out the rest of the face. But let's focus on like one feature. So now, and as an example to keep this video manageable, but you could do the whole face and you'll discover different things. Sometimes it can also help to focus on just one feature. So we'll work with the mouth. All right. So let's erase this, and then I'm gonna say, you know what? Let me do another one of these, and I remembered I wanted to make him skinnier, so let's make him skinnier in this one. So I'm gonna do an iteration of the same kind of character. I'm gonna try to consciously change just a few things. So let's keep him grumpy. Alright, he's got like this kind of long nose. And another thing is you're gonna have to figure out like what are his characteristics. He's got this kind of long nose, alright? So that's something I can to keep his character. And then the frown. So maybe not make it. What if we push the frown further down? I don't know. I'm just experimenting. Alright? And then instead of going all the way around, we'll just emphasize right there and there. I'll put a shadow under there, and then we'll have the chin. And can the frown overlap the chin? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking like, okay, let's experiment some more. Because the one thing you should kind of keep in mind when you're experimenting is that you're not trying to make a good drawing. You're just trying to see what happens and have fun. So let's do that. Actually, that's kind of cool. And I think what you'll find is more often than not, if you're being like adventurous and having fun with it, you might not get the drawing you set out to make, but you get an interesting drawing. So now I'm thinking like, why don't I just do something like let's work with this. You know, look at this. This is interesting. Give them a little folds right there. And bring in other stuff, you know. Should we add another fold? That's a little weird, but yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. You know, let's take it there. So we got 3 folds. And now we're kind of thinking like, oh, okay. Maybe you're even starting to think other places this might be applicable. What if you put it on the forehead? I could see that happening. Let's leave this guy a foldy forehead. And the thing is, then you can always bring these techniques back. You know what? We can go full fold on this homeboy. And give him the foldy eyes. Alright, he's got the foldy eyes. You know what I mean? So here's the circle. Later on, when you kind of get a feel for it, you don't have to really draw the circle in and everything because you'll kind of know where it is. But I wanted to show you guys what I was kind of thinking. Alright, and then, yeah, I think that's it. Look at this guy. So I went from a quite generic kind of guy on the left, which is pretty typical, and then what could I do with, let's make the neck skinny, since I always make the neck that certain size. This guy seems like he might have a skinny neck. And the other thing I would say is to tell yourself stories. So this guy is clearly like the innkeeper of a very like unhappy place to visit. All right. Maybe he owns a shop, but I don't know how those shopkeepers. Have you ever been to a shop where there's like a really grumpy shopkeeper? I don't know how they stay in business. So he's a grumpy camel herder. All right, and he trusts no one. So let's give him. So see how I said you trust no one, and then I give him the slanty eye and the raised eyebrow. So that's how you can tell yourself a little story and just kind of go with whatever. You're not really, there's no right or wrong answer. So you might as well make something up. So why don't I make something up? And he actually secretly despises camels, but he wears a camel earring to disguise his hatred. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. So you don't always have to go with every idea. That's what the eraser tool is for. Alright? And maybe he's trying something out new. He's trying to be a little more hip. He's looking for a wife. He's not getting any younger. So he heard that this happened a couple of years ago when the Justin Bieber haircut was very popular. So he decided to get a Bieber. And it's actually been working out for him. He's been on a few dates, but they haven't been successful dates. So no repeat dates. So that's why he's still frowning. All right, let's go ahead and do one more of these iterations, and then that'll be it. And then you kind of get the idea. So let's say, well, what else could I do? So now I could take this guy and I'll say, what if I put him on a dwarf? You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to keep doing the mouth once you've kind of got a cool mouth and you're like, I like that mouth. You know what? Let's give him Bieber hair. You know what? Let's see what Bieber hair looks like on a dwarf. These are the kind of questions you need to be asking yourself. All right? And if you don't believe me, then I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. So let's give him this crazy mouth that's hanging down. And so now I'm look at this. Now I know, don't draw the mouth in first, draw this crazy shape. And then bring the chin in underneath the crazy shape, see that? And then I know already, let's put some of these folds. Alright. Ew, this is a horrible, horrible dwarf. And then this dwarf, he's just a grumpy dwarf. He's like this guy's only friend. and he saw that the thing about getting the Bieber haircut works. So sorry, excuse me. So he got his own Bieber haircut, and these guys just walk around town with each other. And he goes, All right, that's it. I hope that answered your question. What's your name, homeboy? Sorry. Let me go check. I have to. Where's your name? Where's your name? All right, Dylan. I thought why did Dylan Murphy? Mr. Murphy. Thank you for your questions. I hope this answered it. If not, let me know, and I will re-answer it in the most annoying way possible. All right. Till next time. Peace. God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone.